Hello, and welcome back to another episode. The same episode that I was supposed to do in yesterday's episode. However, I was sidetracked with telling the truth because I was asked in regards to a post that I made on yesterday's Instagram post, and I kind of went into a long spill about that. And by the time you see this, you would have heard about it. So, this is what I should have been sharing with you yesterday. I'm going to be doing that today. All right? So, let's jump right on into it. Written on April 21st, 2021. Once again, still in confusion and still with memory loss. However, as I said yesterday, I'm gaining most of that memory back and I am a lot stronger than I ever was in 2021. So, once again, asking for help in when I'm able to leave the house due to feeling unsafe thanks to not being aware of surroundings and once again memory loss. True story. Can you please tell me that Calvin, the first one who came to my door and saw me wrapped with a towel, and his spirit has left earth? A murder investigation still in the works. Still in the works. Anjonia Jones. A murder investigation. And his spirit has left earth with only his body to be burnt. And he was burnt the Saturday morning. He died the Wednesday of a stabbing and he was burnt the Saturday morning. And I remember very, very clearly because I could not leave to go anywhere until about 1 p.m. that afternoon due to the fact that when you are affected and someone is being burnt, you can't leave. Whether being burnt at the church or being burnt in the privacy of wherever you are, such as the Church of Scientology, you cannot leave. The person that is affected the most cannot and is not supposed to leave due to that person's body being on you physically from you being in their presence. You cannot leave. So I couldn't leave that Saturday, and from that Wednesday, whether it was a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Thursday, whenever that date was, I felt unsafe to leave the house. I felt very, very unsafe, i.e. the amount of written prayers in April of 2021. The times that I felt the most unsafe because there was a lot of death. And a lot of those folks were attached to me because I have seen them. And a lot of those folks died with a stabbing of several knives. Several knives. It came to the point that I actually had to move my knives from out of the kitchen area for safety reasons. Several knives. I was being threatened with charges by Anjonia Jones to say that she was going to continuously get men to steal my kitchen knives after killing all my uncles, having them sexually assaulted by other men. And I'm going to make sure that Sharice Stewart gets the blame for it. And by the way, yes, my name will be changed to Angela Carter Strahan eventually. However, Sharice Stewart right now because that's the public identification I carry, Anjonia Jones. By the way, where's your public identification? With only his body to be burnt, the true story thus far today. Keep going, and in saying of keep going means is not true. There are more versions of the Calvin that Anjonia Jones' life that had been taken by her. There are more versions of them still around. So Anjonia Jones doesn't know who she took out from whom she did not take out thus far. She has no clue. She has absolutely no clue. None. But they keep showing up because they're all connected in a circle of life. They're all connected. And they all save each other and tell each other when to leave in order to be protected. No, Anne. This is from Anjonia Jones herself, actually. This part. No, Han. Yes, it is true. Yes, it is. We honestly say that as is now complete, and he and Cherie are now safe to be father and daughter again with no pain. Using the song from Destiny's Child, No, 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 meaning there is one more hurt alive, and her name is Claudia. Anjonia Jones now going after Claudia. Yes, we've spoken of Claudia and using the same name. Claudia was her former name, Claudette. Yes, it was. Did we both live with her at the same point in our lives? Yes, Anjonia, we did. You lived with her at the Brownstone house while I lived with her at 17 Faywood Drive. And the Brownstone house is in Brampton. Turns out that Anjonia Jones also got evicted for not paying her rent and for stealing from people. So Nadine Williams, if I were you, I would be very, very careful because the same curse is coming to you for following Anjonia Jones. I'd be very careful and stop stealing from people. I'd be very, very careful. Okay? I would be very careful what you're doing. Can we expect to see her again in the country of Canada? She had gone to Jamaica for the last time, misplacing her identifications, stolen by Anjonia Jones. She was able to get on a flight because I let her through. And she came back to Canada via a plane. Thank you to Prime Minister Holiness of Jamaica, having faith in me that I had the right Claudette. No, you will not, Anjonia Jones. This mean that she will pass in her sleep, as in Anjonia Jones is planning on killing Claudia for removing her from the Brownstone house in Brampton. Right about now, actually. Just like her sister did, yes, her cousin that died in Jamaica of a gunshot wound in 2020. Anjonia Jones set that up too. Yes, it does. And will this make the way clear for us to be fully and completely safe for good? No, it doesn't. Why? Matthew Knowles. My birth father, Anjonia Jones, was setting up the murder of my birth father, even though Anjonia Jones, setting up the murder of my birth father, even though, even though, even though I still protect what's mine, even though. So I placed up that post because of Anjonia Jones. Even at the request of others to remove the post, I put it up there. And today is redemption for Matthew Knowles himself. Today is redemption day. Today is redemption day for Matthew Knowles because of Anjonia Jones, an African woman that wanted to start an adult Destiny's Child group in order to use her body to woo young children to sell them in pornography with grown men. To set Matthew Knowles up, to say that's the reason why he started Destiny's Child in the first place. Oh yeah, by the way, 11 minutes. The son of Saddam Hussein, a known murderer, in the same way, was also being set up by Anjonia Jones. The son of Saddam Hussein, because he got clemency to stay in Canada due to the birth of his daughter. And that investigation is also still opened because his life is in danger due to his father being into Taliban extremism. By a woman wanting to kill the son of Saddam Hussein for many reasons, of which will not be exposed until a future episode, because he is still in danger. Don't mind my lipstick being a little off. That will take care of itself. That's it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to this podcast for future videos. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.